host Proper Jeremy, and today I'm with some very special guests, such as Stephen Walton, the author himself of this book. It's going to be called the Fandom Menace, Volume 1. I believe.
That's right.
Stephen, I believe this is. I don't know if I've had you on my channel before, but I'm very happy to have you on.
It's good to be here, Proper Man. I'm been a fan of yours and been a friend of yours for a while now, and I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely. I think it's about time that I have you on this segment. But yeah, absolutely. And of course, we have Sith Kryptonian. I also noticed Proper's Papa, which is pretty funny.
Excuse me, I just want to point out the disrespect of introducing some guy named Steven before your own pappy. Ungrateful, son.
Alphabetical order. Reverse.
Nice save. Nice save, bro.
Anyways.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to be here. I know I was supposed to be on last week, but I'm here now. Let's get this party started.
All right, and we'll start out with reading a couple of the chats. The Senate says, indeed.
Very
Rookie,
gay.
yes. And then Rookie says, Plopper. Wouldn't there be a W at the end? If it was,
why would there be a W at the end?
Ploppa. I don't know. I don't know what he's going for.
Plopper.
Wappa.
Wampa.
Wampa?
Yeah.
I don't
Wampa.
know. Rookie, sometimes you're even weird for me, but we love you.
We love you.
Steven's here. Hello. We introduced him. Teresa Martin is waving at us. Hello, Teresa Martin. Good to
Waving
see.
back.
Good to see you here. And then Sinet also says, Oh, I get it. I like that. I like it. It was like 13-minute difference. So you really had
That's
a lot
commitment.
of patience. Yeah,
Yeah.
you had a lot of patience. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Lethal Lightning says, yummy. Well, okay.
Not as yummy as Vegemite.
What?
You know what Vegemite is?
Not a clue.
How
And
dare you?
I feel weird because everyone
How
has
dare you, bro?
their avatars on. So I'm gonna go avatar as well. I'm just
And
gonna match
now
everyone.
I'm not an avatar because I'm a pioneer.
Ha ha!
Don't start this, bro. Oh,
All right.
shit.
Oh! Whatever everyone wants to do. Mary's like, "Ayo, nice to see you, Mary. Good to see you."
I don't know. Send it to me.
No, don't start that, Mary. Do not start that.
Oh, here we go.
That is going to be a very awkward conversation later. Robert Pearson, he's here. And by the way, that R2-D2, he built it himself. He says, hello, everyone. And hello, Robert. Good to see you here.
Hey, Robert.
Lethal says, bring me American women. How about you come over here? Then you can have all the American women you
Bro,
want.
we'll hook you up, dude. You just got to speak, and they'll hear your accent, and then they'll be like, oh.
I will trade you 10 American women for one Margot Robbie.
Ooh. Good trade.
No. I like Margot. I like Margot
Margot
very much. I think we get along very well as friends. We go to metal shows and it'd be amazing. No, I'm serious. Like, I think we make great friends. But I don't know. She's already with someone, so whatever. But still. Anyways, oh yeah, Murica Whammon. Yes.
Murica Whammon.
Yes, indeed. And we shall get to our first topic of the evening. Let's get over here to our good friend, Jon Favreau, who... I don't know what was up with this, but he absolutely insists on wanting to direct wanted to make a new Star Wars holiday special for Disney Plus. Oh my dear Lord. I think this would actually make a great conversation. So if you don't mind, I will read some of this article, and then we will discuss this seriously because, first off, people who say that this was not as bad as The Last Jedi, you obviously haven't seen the holiday special.
We're going to find out that Chewie's kid grew up to be gender fluid.
Sure.
Oh, God.
That'd be lovely. I'd love to see that.
Zbaka.
The retro. I love how it says retro. Star Wars Holiday Special from 1978 is a polarizing part of Star Wars fandom. Let's face it. Not everyone wants to sit and watch singing Wookiees, wearing Snuggies, and B. Arthur serving drinks in a cantina to a bunch of rowdy aliens hiding out from stormtroopers. By the way, that was one of the best parts of the special. So
yeah, B. Arthur's pretty funny.
You guys want to know what's crazy? I've seen every Star Wars movie at least like 5 to 10 times minus the sequels, but I've never seen the holiday special. We're
changing that on Sith Miss.
Yes, you're right. We should.
You're gonna have to drink while you watch it.
You have to. No. Well, Sith, you don't drink. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna start drinking, bro. That's what I'm gonna do.
Are you serious?
Yeah, bro.
We'll get him something fruity. Guaranteed, you'll be able to drink better than Rookie Critic.
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
I almost said Mark's Hard Lemonade. Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Mark's? Who's? Oh, because Mark Hamill.
No, it was just an accident. But I had.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure no one wants to have Mark's Hard Lemonade because that came from a cow tit. So
Jake's Hard Lemonade.
Yeah. Oh, Mark Hamill isn't a fan of something Star Wars. Well, that wouldn't have been the first time, by the way. but for Mandalorian showrunner Jon Favreau, he says the holiday special represents a bit of nostalgia worthy of a reboot on Disney Plus. You know what? Here's the thing. I don't mind a reboot or a remake of a bad movie. How about that? I don't mind that. But if it's like really good, no, thank you.
Just get Rian Johnson to write it, and it'll be hilarious.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I'm in support of that. I love the holiday special. I'm sure he wasn't forced to say. Does he really?
I watch it every night.
I love the holiday special. You love to drink to it. You love to laugh at it. I'm sure you don't think it's a masterpiece. I don't believe you, Jon Favreau, for a goddamn second that you love the holiday special unironically. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And I know, I see you doing the Disney cigar thing. I see what you're doing. I'm not believing you for a second.
I want to see Mark Hamill on this thing in the same outfit from the original with the same amount of makeup.
And the same blonde hair.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's Luke from episode 4, but nobody questions why he looks older.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. He's still a whiny kid from Tatooine.
But he does clarify, saying that he loves certain sequences more than others. That's probably the nicest thing that anybody's ever said about.
He loves the credits.
No, but you know what? He clarifies and says, that's my generation. I loved the introduction of Boba Fett and that rifle that he had. That
Fair enough.
Animated piece still holds up. It's pretty cool. I draw inspiration from that. I would love to do a holiday special. I got to pitch that to Disney Plus. And then fans are talking about the possibilities of that while he's busy putting the final touches on season one of the highly anticipated Mandalorian, debuting on Disney Plus, which looks awesome. But I want to pass the question off to you guys. Like, seriously though, like, do you think this is a good idea? Like, and what would you want from this?
I think it's a great idea. I want to see them do the dumbest, most worst crap ever. And I just want to see it crash and burn and enjoy the dumpster fire.
I just want to see. It'd be great if they like take the piss out of Jake Skywalker, like from The Last Jedi, and like if they do something with like the sea cow. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really see a point, maybe because I haven't seen the original one yet. Like,
I want to see them further degrade the legacy characters, like really bad. Like, I mean, full on. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Well, they did sort of degrade them a little bit in the first one. Well, no, I mean, not too much. It was so weird and bizarre, like its own thing, that it didn't affect anything. So, well, I don't know. Like, but I want to be serious though. Like, for a second, what would you actually want to see if you're going to have it? If they do a redo?
Well,
like,
I'll say this, like, before I even get into that, I think it's a better idea than the Cassian Andor show.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Who's he? Oh, wait.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Prince Caspian is what I always call him.
Yeah. From Rogue
Because
One.
I don't know who the fuck his name is.
Yeah. Well, he's Cassian.
yeah.
He was from Rogue One. He was like.
Yeah, that guy, Prince
Yeah, that guy.
Caspian.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like Rogue One, and I like that character, and I'm happy with the development and the death of him. I don't need to see more. Like, I'm good with what it was.
Mhm.
Thank you. Exactly.
I just didn't like Rogue One at all, just because I didn't feel like anything mattered, really. It's just like, I don't know. It wasn't for me, but I liked what the director was trying to do.
Yeah, but what I like, what I would like to see, honestly, is like them taking like the piss out of all the stuff that's been wrong with the sequels. Like, make a joke about Mary Sue Ray. Like, go full Spaceballs. Like, and just make fun of the stuff that, like, you know, should be made fun of about the sequels. I
think that would help a lot. Like, if they just made fun of themselves and recognized the grievances that a lot of the fans have, and just made fun of it and had fun with it. And also, I want to see a segment that is dedicated to Peter Mayhew and Carrie Fisher and everybody that's gone now.
Yes.
Yeah, you could even have the old stock footage of the original and having Carrie sing, which is bizarre as Princess Leia, but as bizarre as it was kind of nice, I guess. And it's just enough cringe that it's kind of enjoyable. But I don't know. For me, I would kind of want to, I think it's a good idea to have a more of a are you talking about like an SNL kind of vibe, just like a tongue in cheek, like like talking about like, are we talking like do you guys remember when The Force Awakens came out and Adam Driver did that hosted SNL?
That was a great
and was
skit.
The Matt, the security Matt guy.
Mm-hmm.
Kylo has a six-pack. I saw him in the shower.
God, that was actually really good.
So good.
I really loved that. That's when I
so did I.
So if they did something like that, had SNL writers, it would actually be not the current ones, but I don't know, some people who have experience in sketch comedy would be great.
Yeah, they would just have to make fun of themselves.
Super self-aware. Yeah.
That's probably the best way to go about it, by pleasing everyone. You can have like cool stuff or whatever, but just make it funny and just enjoy it. Or just have like Mark and Harrison Ford just like looking at footage of the first one. They're like, what the fuck is that?
I'd want to see Harrison come in and recreate the "Get the Hell Out of My Chair" scene with the guy that played him in Solo. Like, just something like that.
Get the hell out of my chair.
Just go balls out, just making fun of everything. Like, who the hell are you?
and then like a bunch of stormtroopers Chewbacca just comes in and goes like, just carries him, holding Aaron Reich out of the chair
into a shower.
It's like, you are mine. Oh, that'd be great.
Conveniently on the floor already.
Right.
Right.
Oh God, the Senate has never seen the holiday special. Oh God, you have to. It's available on YouTube. You have no excuses.
No, Senate. You have to wait till you're old enough to drink, then watch it.
Yes.
Are you old enough to drink, Sith?
I don't think Senate is.
Yes. Shut up, bro. I'm your pappy.
Oh, Benzo's here. He says, hello, everyone. Nice to see you. And yes, Robert agrees. The Sithmas special is where you should be watching it.
Bruh, Sithmas is going to be so fun this year.
Oh, yeah.
Fun last year.
It was pretty fun last year, but I think this one's going to be a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
Trey Courtney's here. I don't think I've seen you before, Trey. He says, as bad as the holiday special is, it didn't take itself seriously, unlike Last Jedi. Okay, that's fair. Mm-hmm. That's a fair argument, but it's still worse. It's almost unbearable to get through. The Last Jedi also not unbearable to get through, but trust me, the holiday special's worse. But I can see your point. Yes, Benzo, don't forget to smash that melee button and subscribe to proper Jeremy Sith Kryptonian author Stephen Walton if you haven't already. Yes, absolutely do that. And while you're at it, go ahead and super chat Sith Kryptonian. So what did you want? Stephen, do you still have some sort of fundraiser for the book?
No, I actually need to figure out how to take the GoFundMe down because I got the bare minimum of what I needed, and I don't want anybody else to give to it because we're so close to starting the Indiegogo. It would just be disingenuous to be asking for money while we're about to start the Indiegogo. So no, the GoFundMe is down. I just actually have to figure out how to take it down.
Okay, well let us all know when the Indiegogo. That's when you bring it out to people and you have different tiers.
Yeah, like I was able to lower the price on the books because of the people who helped out, and because of some offset some of the production costs. So thank you to everyone who donated. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, and I look forward to seeing that Indiegogo, because I will be getting a copy of that book. I'm very excited about that.
Thank you, sir. And if y'all don't know, Ichibaka's also got an Indiegogo coming for his book, and his book is just as important. Our books are not at all alike. And he's been a big voice in the Fandom Menace for a year and a half now, writing the Disney Star Wars is Dumb blog. So please go support Ichibaka.
Absolutely. And look at the Senate. Holy crap, you're modding. That is
the
fantastic.
Senate is awesome. Can I just say he supports all of us like all the time, and he makes hilarious memes.
He's my first official mod.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him a mod for the actual Senate show.
Drunk 3PO says, "Nice Senate." Yes, absolutely. And as a fellow senator drunk, yes, the Senate is very nice. It's a very nice place for us not.
Yeah.
Not the shower.
Oh, I want him dragging him right into the shower.
Yup.
I'm gonna see.
Speaking of the showers, he drinks already.
We do not condone that, Senate. Okay. You're still a young boy.
Oh God. Freaks and freakettes. I love that, Will Gentry. Will Gentry is everywhere. I love Will. He's amazing. He's the best. The Geek in Disguise is here. He says, hi.
Hello.
Hi, Geek.
Hi.
How you doing? And then Fatal J is like, what's up, fellas? Well, what is up, Fatal J?
Fatal J?
You were here last week with PB, who did an impression of him. If you guys want, go ahead and check out the This Week in Bullshit playlist. I know all of my live streams are unlisted, but the catch is you can watch every single one of them in the playlist. Just go to the playlist tab of my channel, youtube.com/properjeremy, or just click on my channel right there.
Fatal J is one of the funniest people on YouTube. If you
he is pretty funny.
Please do so.
Yes, and go ahead and subscribe to Fatal J, and go ahead and check out the playlist that I have for This Week in Bullshit, where you can watch every single one, including last week, which is where Fatal J was on. So you can go check him out there, and then go check out his channel.
Bro, stop talking, bro. You're making me yawn.
Oh shit! Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, that's my move.
All right, fine. You did it like 8 times, just like derp, derp, derp. You're gonna change the order, like derp, 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 derp. Like seriously, you did that the whole stream.
Bro, why am I on the bottom now?
Fine.
Put yourself on the bottom.
I can't.
Oh, boo. Actually, you can if you remove yourself.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Oh,
nope.
Sure.
False information. You be the bottom bitch this time.
Shit.
I love you, dude.
Disrespect, bro.
Fatal J, does Sith and Proper live in the same apartment? Their walls are the same color.
Holy shit.
I noticed that earlier. No.
Yo, high five. I guess we're not in the same apartment, bro. Oh shit! What's that?
That was me.
Oh, respect, Steven. Respect.
Oh gosh. All right, so we're gonna move on. Stop it! Holy shit, that was pretty funny. But we're gonna get into something a little bit more serious. So, comedy is serious business, and we know comedy has sort of been on the defense lately, especially with Dave Chappelle's recent stand-up. You know, you have Bill Burr, who came out with a special on Netflix.
Great special.
It was a great special. And, of course, one of my favorites, Anthony Jeselnik. If you talk about anybody who's politically incorrect, that guy takes the cake.
Oh, I need to check him out.
You've never heard of Anthony Jeselnik?
I'm maybe in passing, but no.
I've heard of him, but I never watched his stuff.
Netflix right now. Like, leave the stream. No, but just giving an example of just somebody who's very politically incorrect. Also, is in the contracted with Netflix, so Netflix is doing great on the comedian's part. Mm-hmm. But it was interesting seeing this interview with South Park co-creator Matt Stone explaining why critics have trashed Dave Chappelle, and also he talked about other things related to South Park, like he's so glad that, for example, the duo is floating some great ideas, but they're also like, I think there was a quote in this article that says that he was happy that they were doing comedy that doesn't have to do with Donald Trump, something that comedy's missing nowadays. You don't have to always make fun of the president. You can talk about, I don't know, other things. Like
your dad left.
Yeah, exactly. Joke about that. Oh wait, why did you? Yeah. Oh, he actually did
leave and go watch, so I left. I was just listening to my son.
Shut up. That was actually pretty funny, but yeah. Thanks for telling me, Steven. But yeah, so in this article, there was one quote that I wanted to mention, and it was about cancel culture. And after a meeting for the 23rd season of South Park, which is premiering on September 25th, The Hollywood Reporter caught up with Trey Parker and Matt Stone at their studio to discuss how long they want to keep doing South Park. And they're talking about plans to make a non-South Park movie for the first time in 15 years. And, of course, they talk about the rise of cancel culture. And then they say, Matt Stone says, of cancel culture, it's new. I don't want to say it's the same as it's always been. The kids are fucking different than us. There's a generational thing going on. Currently, Dave Chappelle is in the crosshairs for his latest Netflix stand-up special, Sticks and Stones. And he said, in response to that, I know some people have been canceled for genuinely, personal behavior, but Dave is not getting canceled anytime soon. And he jokingly said that South Park and Chappelle are grandfathered out of the culture. Grandfathered out of it. So I want to get your take on that. But before I do that, the quote, it says, with the Dave Chappelle special about why people seem to enjoy it more than the critics do and why they're hating it. He says, I feel bad for television critics and cultural critics. They may have laughed like hell at that, and then they went home and they know what they have to write to keep their job. So when I read TV reviews and cultural reviews, I think of someone in prison writing. I think about somebody writing a hostage note. This is not what they think. This is what they have to do to keep their job in a social media world, so I don't hold it against them. What is that? What does that tell you about the cancel culture in our world and the people who are running these journalists? These journalists,
it tells you what we thought the whole time. It tells you what we thought the whole time. It's not genuine. It's a few people who are scared of Twitter mobs. It's also a lot to do with a lot of companies who keep bending the knee to the loudest voices online, and they sort of set the standard as far as what you're supposed to do in response to people being mad for the sake of being mad, or mad for political reasons, or mad for, I don't know, for attention. Like what he points out just goes to show, it's not genuine. No one's actually that, you can't be a rational human being, right? And watch Dave Chappelle's special where he makes fun of everybody. And even when he makes fun of let's say trans or whatever, he didn't do it in a mean way. He just pointed out the awkward truths about the state of those groups and how they interact with each other. Like, you can't be a rational person watching that and just getting mad. Like, it's just like you said, like, you get mad because you feel like that's what the culture is calling for right now. It's like, that's what's expected of you at this point, and it's not genuine. Like, this is what we've thought for a long time.
Indeed. Steven?
Yeah, so I was doing research for my book, and the founders of Vox Polygon back in 2008 were talking about how they at Microsoft about how they wanted to push out people in the journalist community who didn't follow their way of thinking, who didn't follow their political and social beliefs, and push them out and push the Democrats out of the party that don't prescribe to their political beliefs and just push their own. And now these people from 2008, now it's 2019, these people have been growing their industry and spreading their influence, and they've been getting into Google and YouTube and all these, Twitter and all these different platforms, and they've created this monster of outrage culture and cancel culture. And it's going to be something that's going to take a lot of work by normal people, like common sense people, to break this down. You're going to see the rise of a lot of different collectives, like the Fandom Menace. There's going to be others. There's going to be a lot of work that's going to go into breaking down these barriers that have been put up. And now, finally, the entertainers who have been scared of the Me Too movement and all of this, now they're finally starting to stand up and give recognition to the fact that this generation, that only the people in this outrage culture, because there's plenty of good people in the millennials and the current generation, but now they're finally waking up to the fact that this might be a bad idea, and I'm glad to see it. I don't always agree with Dave Chappelle, but he's an intelligent man, and I stand with him and everybody else who's fighting this censorship. I don't like it.
I think that once the companies wake up and sponsors stop getting easily spooked and pulling out over every little thing, I think that's when it will really lose its power. Because then, like, it's literally impossible to cancel somebody at that point, unless they do something like heinous, like.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's where the money's going to be. It's going to end up being in a capitalist society where the money's at. And right now, all these companies think the money is with the outrage, SJW culture, and it's not. They don't support your business model, and they're starting to figure that out as franchises die around them. So we just have to wait till they run out of money. They get woke and go broke.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that a lot of the advertisers just like to freak out because they look at Twitter too much. You should never look at Twitter for what a public consensus is. Absolutely. I mean, social media, that's fine. But don't assume that everyone on Twitter is what everyone in America thinks. Because let's just be honest, Twitter is something that Californians use. And they just spread BS and stuff. And I'm talking about not like me, who moved there. I'm not even a Californian, to be honest. And I don't want to be one for much longer because, Jesus, no, thank you. I don't want to have to pay a lot of money to be surrounded by people I don't like, and a lot of them. No thanks. Yeah. I mean, seriously, it's just, first off, as I said just a second ago, the advertisers are just, pussy whipped by Twitter. And they're also, seriously. And this is also one of those things where you don't have to cancel everybody for things that just because somebody has a great accomplishment, like Kevin Hart always wanted to host the Oscars, but who was the stand-up comedian who said that, you guys ruined the Oscar? Was it Dave?
Yeah, he was talking about that. Yeah,
he was talking about that, but somebody specifically said y'all ruined the Oscars too. I think it might have been Bill Burr, but either way, it's just one of those things where somebody has a great thing happen to them, and these people are they have no lives, and they just decide that we're going to do everything that we can to stop you from having to get work ever again. You won't be able to.
Well, fundamentally, it's full of people who have no say in their actual lives. They're nobody in their actual lives. They've probably never had any type of real influence over anything their entire lives, and they're sort of outcasts. And then they joined these causes that they don't truly care about deep down, but it provides them a voice. It provides them some power. They're able to impose their will on something, and all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, like, and this is why like we see like this like self-righteous, self-aggrandizing attitude when it comes to these people, thinking that like they're actually doing something to fix the world when they're just making it worse. They're just making it more divisive. And what they're doing, especially the most crazy among them, is the causes they attach themselves to, they end up damaging. Like Me Too was great until the wackos started attaching themselves to it.
Yeah.
It was actually making a difference until that point. And they end up hurting the very causes they claim to care about. And it's just, it's just people like that.
I think we got everyone.
You're right, bro. That's really it. We crossed off the list.
Now they're just trying like too hard to like just be like, oh, we have to keep this relevant, so we'll just throw more. This guy brushed his hand on my ass when he was trying to get by. Like, what? I was just trying to like go. My hands were in the air. Like, I don't know. Like, these are the kind of things.
You guys remember that woman that like did a not necessarily Me Too, but it was like this whole thing about this kid where like she thought this kid like touched her butt and like sexually harassed her, and turns out when they investigated, like he was just passing by her and his book bag happened to slide against her, and it was like,
I remember that.
Wow. Yeah.
That's yeah.
And while we're all scrambling around talking about this, and these people are acting the fool, and we're having to inject common sense into it, it's the rich elite all the way at the top that are looking down and laughing at us, because they're going to keep on doing their thing, keep on breaking laws and
not just
laws.
The elite, bro. Not just the elite. Our enemies are taking advantage of this. Like Russia organized, like I think Antifa convention across the street from like a men's rights activist convention, and they orchestrated that over Facebook. Like, wow. Just
what?
to like, just
I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, bro.
Now,
the Russians organized it.
Listen, there are so many.
I don't know.
The CIA, and just real quick, the CIA has been involved in infiltration and propaganda all around the world for 60 plus years. All right,
Kennedy.
America has been doing this. America's been doing this forever. It's not too hard to think that Russia, China, other world powers aren't doing the same exact thing.
Why wouldn't they? It's a perfect opportunity because we're too dumb to get our crap together.
And there's so many people who are outraged over menial things like cultural appropriation. Like, seriously, if that's the thing that you are going to be, you know what? I'm not even going to say I'm sorry. To be honest, cultural appropriation is bullshit. It is complete bullshit, because if you're complaining about a white guy having dreads, why don't you just cancel Korn? Cancel the band Korn. Cancel them. They've been doing that since the 90s. They've been stealing from black culture for all that time. How dare you just allow them to? But you know what? They're rock music, so you don't give a fuck.
How about we cancel long hair? Why don't we just cancel
exactly? Because that offends people who don't have any hair. It offends the baldies. Like, come on.
No hair, you can't dreads.
It's anti-American because bald ego.
When I was growing up, everybody loved Native American stuff. You know, like everybody did. And now you can't appreciate that all of a sudden. Like, how does that detaches you from the history of Native Americans and, you know.
Cancel pizza.
Yeah.
Oh,
we appropriated that shit.
Pizza.
French fries, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, cancel the Statue of Liberty because that belongs to the French, really.
Yeah, cancel. Cancel pizza. That's Italians. That's too white. No, it's not. That's okay.
Cancel English. Cancel English. We appropriated that from England.
Yes,
what are we doing?
Yes. How dare we declare independence?
Because cultures don't mix naturally. Cultures don't over time blend with one another.
This isn't a melting pot. No, America.
Whoa. Take it a step further. Let's cancel ironworking. All right, we didn't invent that.
Yeah.
Cancel alcohol that comes from the Irish.
Exactly, bro.
Like, seriously, like, it's just one of those things where it's just, to me, I can't wrap my head around that, because if you're so worried about a white dude wearing having dreads, then clearly you are too privileged to have real problems. Like I mean, come on.
Thank you.
If you can't get over somebody, and this happens in college campuses, you know, where the real weirdos who didn't even have to pay for college for the most part. Go and, I mean, seriously, no person, not very many people with massive student debt are going to be complaining about this bullshit. No, they're going to be worried about getting their degree and just getting a fucking job. But no, they have to be surrounded by dipshit millennials who are protesting fur while because of animal rights, yet they're wearing leather boots. Like the and if you don't get the joke, then you know. Yeah, wish,
bro.
But like,
cancel Assassin's Creed 3. They appropriated Native American culture and image into their game.
What? I am offended.
Where did you hear this?
Assassin's Creed 3.
You just keep pointing up, and
that's Assassin's Creed 3 up there, bro.
All right, how is it? How does it appropriate Native American?
He's Native American.
Okay, that doesn't.
It was a joke, Robert. It was a joke. Okay.
Because they depict a Native American.
Yes.
You know what? We were all born in the U.S., correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I believe so. Unless my parents lied.
Yep. We are Native Americans. Boom. We are native to America.
We're native to.
We are native to America. That's right.
Yeah, we are Native Americans. So fuck you. Fuck you, Webster's Dictionary. Yeah, we have to change it. We have to change it to Indigenous Americans, and even then, it sounds stupid.
Hey, Proper Sketch Therapy had a good statement out there in the chat. You're appropriating oxygen from mammals, birds, reptiles, and marsupials, insects. Why don't you just boycott breathing for Mother Earth?
Yes. Why don't we go to Mars? Yes. Let's go to Mars. Go to Mars where people want to live there.
Sith, breathe.
Like. Oh God! I mean, and that's actually going to happen at some point. I can't even believe that. And I don't even know how we got to this, but you know, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Razvin says, "Cancel English language. It belongs to whites."
Guys, I'm sorry for appropriating your language. I'm sorry, bro.
No,
sorry, guys.
Jeremy says, "Canceled hamburgers." Thank you, Miss, for leaving a like and then leaving. Thank you.
He's like, this is all I have time for.
Will says, Proper Jeremy, the problem is people nowadays have no purpose and they latch onto things that make them angry because it makes them think they're fighting the good fight for a worthy cause when really the last good fight was fought years ago and never resolved.
It makes insecure, unimportant people feel like they have a purpose and they have importance.
And their mothers should have had medical plans that included abortion. That's why I am pro-choice and also screaming babies on airplanes.
I'm a big believer in the IQ card. I think we should have basic tests that allow.
Was it too?
No. No. Seriously, the IQ card could save a lot of these problems because, you know, depending upon your IQ and common sense, says whether you can drive or breed or leave the house or be on social media. I think that we should make this a thing.
I don't agree with that.
No, you don't think an IQ card wouldn't help?
No,
well, here's the thing.
Because well, Sith, I'll let you go, but to me, that defeats the purpose of being an American.
Yeah, and also, like, there's plenty of examples of people who don't score well on tests because of test anxiety, but in reality, their score on their test was never indicative of their cognitive ability. So,
well, I think when they take this test, you should be hanging upside down. So that would help everybody.
You win.
Okay,
You changed my mind, bro.
No, you didn't win, but that was a decent save. It was a decent save. Taking it upside down makes everything equal.
That's right.
Okay, so Sketch Therapy is recommending a documentary. Okay, I don't know what that is, but
he was talking about Razor Fist's video. Hollywood Was Always Red. It's really good. Really good video.
Hollywood Was Always Red.
Yeah, it highlights and traces back to how back in the 60s the Russians started this program to slowly incorporate their propaganda into Hollywood, and it's really eye-opening.
Oh, because of the whole like Red Scare, like, oh, you're a communist, oh, you're a communist, like,
Yeah.
and now it's like you're a racist, you're a racist.
But no, Russia actually, like, for the longest time, they had like $60 million budget towards this program, and like there was like this one quote he talked about in his video where one of them from the Communist Party said like, we don't a video that's full on communist will never work, but if we can have a normal movie with little tiny slivers of it, slowly over time, that'll change the American mind, or something crazy like that. And it's like, when you look at all this woke stuff in movies and stuff, it's like, oh, I could totally see it evolving from that back in the day.
Yeah, I can see that evolve too. But that's probably another topic for another day.
Yeah, sorry.
In all honesty. But it's good that you brought it up. Yeah, cancel breathing for the animals. We need to stop appropriating the oxygen from all the other species on Earth, guys. Oh my god. Echo Bay says, you guys going to see Rambo? Looks like the SJW media is trying to kill this movie with their critic reviews.
I'm going to see it tomorrow.
Me too.
Is it coming out tomorrow?
Oh, it's out right now.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, fuck.
Bro, IGN said this thing like where it's like, oh, it has some great action sequences and like it was cool, but it plays out like a dark teenage murder fantasy. And I was like, that's exactly what I want to see in a Rambo movie.
It says Rotten Tomatoes is slaughtering it right now because it what is it? It's like depicts Mexican Americans as evil or some shit. I don't know.
They're the bad guys. Fuck it. It doesn't matter what color they are. They're the bad guys.
We saw this coming, bro.
Not everyone. No, not everyone. Not all the villains. Like this.
Right. If it's Mexican cartels, we're not saying all Mexicans. You're talking about the cartels. Like
yes, the cartel is bad.
Right.
Can we agree on that?
No.
The Russian mafia is bad.
No, because if you make fun of one person of one particular race, then you are condemning.
Here's the irony, right?
Race.
Here's the irony. Like they're mad that it depicted, Mexicans as bad. But if they would have cast white people as the cartel, they'd be mad that we didn't give the role to Mexican people.
That's cultural appropriation, you see.
It is. Triggered.
I know. There's no winning. So the only option is to what? Make the antagonists white?
Absolutely.
That's boring.
Well, they're the bad guys. They're always the bad guys.
Well, in Star Wars.
Bro, I'm so hyped to see Rambo.
That's actually accurate.
In Star Wars, yeah.
Whoa. No, there's some aliens. Come on.
Yeah, but they're white underneath.
They're white. Everybody's white inside.
Except Jar Jar. They didn't go that far. They wouldn't have done that. They already. Yeah. But I don't know, unless you really want to count James Earl Jones, but that's another rabbit hole that people are just like, oh my gosh, it's so offensive that a white guy was voiced by a black guy. Oh, like you can make a whole argument on just.
I swear to God, I wouldn't.
I can't even go into it right now. But speaking of all of these instances where there's a lot of cancel culture going around, this new guy who was at SNL, I'm sure if you've been reading about this, SNL fires a new cast member, Shane Gillis, over racist Asian jokes.
What?
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't even
get
one episode. He wasn't even in one episode.
He was hired, and then some SJWs, I guarantee, were just like, yeah, definitely not. Like we can't have another white guy on here, so we have to find it. Like, I swear these people, when they hear announcements that this guy, like, oh yes, they've accomplished, this is what I'm talking about when I say they've accomplished so much, when they did something that seems unachievable or something that they wish that they could do, but they can't because they have no talent, and they are, again, pro-choice for a reason.
God, yeah, proper going all out.
I don't give a fuck about these people. Like, seriously, they probably are pro-choice to begin with. I'm like, okay, let's put it to the test. If your mother wanted an abortion when she was pregnant with you, would you support that?
Right.
I know a lot of people would, because people don't like you. Nobody likes you. And
Hey,
that's
Proper, you remember
why
that
you
episode?
don't have
Remember
a life.
Remember that
God.
episode of the Senate where we covered that story where this guy was suing his parents for not asking him permission to be born?
What? What?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah. Oh my god.
He's like, we support his decision, but we think he's stupid.
What?
He sued his parents for not asking him permission
And
to be
they're
born.
lawyers. His parents are lawyers.
Yeah. And he wanted money.
He could have
Wow.
asked. They're lawyers.
What
He
the?
could have asked.
Dude, we're doomed. It's the end days. It's the end of times. Oh my god.
Holy shit. That was a good episode.
Oh, Sketch says, Catch-22, if you don't cast Mexicans, you are whitewashing. If you do, you vilify Mexicans. Equals, they make the bad guys evil whites, cast one black hero, and all those Mexican acting jobs are gone.
Exactly what I was saying, bro.
Jesus.
Exactly.
Yes, you're my hero.
Sketch, do you want a link?
Sketch, do you want my spot? I'll give you my spot, bro.
No. I don't think PB is going to come on at this point,
No.
but well, maybe he might. So who knows? But Sketch, if you want a link, you can.
Absolutely.
Yes, CT1C17. We can talk about the animal movie Zootopia if you want, but not right now. Just DM me. Feel free to DM me on Twitter as always. CT117 is a good guy, despite what people have to say about like him and the Zootopia thing. Whatever, it's fine. He's actually a good guy. He's a supporter of the channel, so
Yeah.
I like him.
I
Respect. I
don't know
totally
this
bang the
controversy.
sloth.
Oh no, it's not really a controversy. There's just I'll explain it to you later.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it will be here all day. But Will Gentry says, what these SJWs are doing is making it impossible for anyone to start. If you've made it like Dave Chappelle, they can't touch you. And what they can do is stop the next day from rising to the top. That's why, what's interesting is that Jimmy Kimmel interviewed Don Rickles because he's the roast master, pretty much. And he asked, like, hey, do you think, because of comedy nowadays, do you think that, there will be another Don Rickles because it seems impossible? And he's like, well, sure, if the right guy comes along, sure. But here's the problem. Don Rickles, when he was alive, didn't realize what cancel culture really was and didn't really take that into account because, you know what? He doesn't fucking have to because he's Don Rickles. And
I disagree. I disagree with the position that it's impossible for edgy comics to come up.
Not
now.
impossible.
If
not
anything,
impossible. It's
if anything,
very,
though,
very hard
no.
if you're not already.
I disagree. I disagree because now more than ever, with everybody being hypersensitive, it makes you so much easier to be counterculture. It makes it so much easier to be edgy. Now all of a sudden, all these comics who are just like regular run-of-the-mill comics like Joe Rogan, now he's considered an edgy comic, and he has that following for it now. Like,
and he's like super progressive.
Exactly, bro.
He is
so easy now.
But he's talking out against the stupidity of the far left extremism and all that. So he's common sense, in my opinion.
That's all you need nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Will Gentry, what we need to do is actually stop these SJWs from reproducing. That's what we need to do.
No.
I think I have some bush clippers somewhere here. Bush clippers. That was not a good
Bush
way to
clippers?
Are you manscaping on a live stream?
No, hedge clippers.
No, do you see his fucking face? No, he's not manscaping at all.
Bro, you don't know if it matches the drapes, bro.
Probably doesn't, but that
I'll
does
bet
not.
you
That's
it's smooth like a baby's ass down there. My man.
now you're gonna fit me. I feel very uncomfortable now. I feel violated. Ah.
Bro, this is turning into the Senate, bro. What are we doing?
All right, Sketch. You can have a link. All right, you've earned this. If you want to, only if you want to.
Oh, he said he did.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Sketch. Here you go. Oh God.
Lethal, we're violating everybody.
Yes. Let's get violating. You mean Yeah, let's get violating. Let's get violated. Sure. Why not?
I'm going to work,
At this point. But yeah, any final thoughts on this this last topic? On like what we were just talking about with the cancel culture or anything.
It sucks. It needs to end. And yeah, take it away, Steven.
And South Park has been talking out against this type of thing for how long now? And now they're at the point where they might get canceled, or they're up against no. Are you kidding?
They've tried to get canceled like so many times.
I know. Like, what?
And we have Sketch joining. What's up, Sketch?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, barely.
Okay.
You sound distant. You sound like you're in an echoey room.
Are you taking a shit?
A little closer to the mic. No, I'm kind of in my office. But
he's manscaping.
Well, yeah, but wait for the camera. That must be a remote viewing. No, I'm just sitting here in my office, but in Puerto Rico we're building concrete, right? So every room is kind of like a cave.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Do you have any thoughts on the whole cancel culture, what we were talking about? And if you could, just put your face a little closer to your mic or whatever you're using.
It's going to be blue snowballs. Can you hear me better now?
No, but just press your face.
It might be picking up the wrong mic. Let me try with the camera mic. Does this sound louder?
Yes.
Okay,
Perfect.
it's picking up on the wrong mic. My bad. I'll just get closer to this one. Okay, what I think is they don't really care about whatever it is they're defending, right? Because, they love Muslims unless you're a Muslim that has a different opinion. They love LGBT unless you're an LGBT that has a different opinion. They love people of color. They love Puerto Ricans like me. They love all these people unless they have a different opinion. So whatever the reason that they say they are defending, we're defending this class of people, we're defending this. It's not about that. It's about weaponizing those people to control.
And it's like, and that's a good point, because like, if you remember a while back, they released a study of how like progressive SJW types actually treat people of color worse because they like talk down to them and like are very condescending to them. And it really like made me realize that like, these people, like you're saying, they don't actually care about these causes. They care about caring about these causes. And it's like so phony. And it's like, exactly, they're doing it for all the reasons that you just mentioned.
I see two types. I see the willfully ignorant and the morally corrupt. Some of them, they don't really want to understand. They just think, these people need my help, and for them, look at them. And if helping them lets me do whatever the hell I want, then I'm going to do that. Right?
Yeah.
I call these guys like Marxist cause heads, right? Maybe that's a word I shouldn't use too much, but these guys are cause heads, right? And they're just from here to there, right? Using these people that they believe are that they can use, because you have to believe a person is inferior to use them, right? That's why I like to use them back. They hate that, right? They hate. They try to use Star Wars for some political thing, and then they go defend that political thing, and then I use their tweet, right, to attack them on their politics. Mm-hmm. And they say, why are you talking about politics? This tweet was about Star Wars. You don't like it either, do you? You don't like it either.
Yeah. And you're totally right. Like there are two types. There's the ignorant people who never had any influence or fit in anywhere in their lives, who attach themselves to these causes so they can have a voice all of a sudden. And then you have the more calculated, more nefarious types with agendas going on, who are at the top organizing all of this, and they're the ones who trickle down the talking points that you hear the ignorant ones always like parroting, like, and that's why they get called NPCs, because all they can respond is with these talking points that they've been taught from the people up top that are running the show. The
thing is, they don't think for themselves.
They're
don't. Too broke, or they're too desperate, or too angry to try to think for themselves.
Yeah,
because they don't care whether they're right or wrong. They just want to fit in with the cause.
Right. And it's willful ignorance. It's not just ignorance. It's completely ignoring any fact or reason of the subject, which is worse than just being ignorant.
Yeah, dangerous.
Ignorance has a touch of egotism to it, right? Because I don't want to know. Because if I feel like it's right, it's right.
Yeah,
that's basically what willful ignorance is, and moral corruption. That's when you know you're wrong, but you're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Right? They know, right, that they're not doing any justice to these people by giving them these horrible scripts, right? They know they're not, they can't say, oh, these evil trolls are gonna cancel a season or something. No, the bad writing cancels the season.
Yeah.
The trolls are trying to make the writing so good that you need more seasons. And those actors and those laymen that make the sets get to work another season, right? Because who cuts, I mean, what do we talk about here? Whoever writes the best makes the season last longer. Whoever makes the season last longer makes the employees have jobs for longer. This is just basic. You can't defend wrong because you work there, because wrong, it's what's cutting your hours.
I mean, it's hiring people not based on their ability, it's hiring them based on their ideology.
Yes, at a high level, yes.
And like, yeah, and like, it even goes even further where it's like they'll even hire you because the way your appearance looks fits with what goes in line with their ideology, and that's like demeaning. That's demeaning for you because like, oh, they just hired me because I look like this, not for what I have to offer.
Yeah, if I wanted to be window dressing, I'd be modeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
But no, you have to accept it because it's a black person. Also, they can, you have to accept a bad script because it's a black person, right? Because I'm a person of color. You can give me a bad script and you can go out and defend it to everyone, right? Okay, that's condescending. That's insulting. That's a little racist, right?
Just a little bit, yeah.
They project. There's a lot of projection in there. I mean, they are projecting. They don't care about LGBT. The second one of them disagrees, they will there will be a parade on the guy's behind or whoever it is behind to kill the guy or whatever because he dared to disagree. Because they don't really care about LGBT, about black people, white people. They don't care about anyone. About the women, they don't care.
They don't care. They care about caring about it publicly.
Right.
And those are the ones that are willfully ignorant. But the morally corrupt that are behind these garbage tier articles that are manipulating, the ones that do the updates through these articles, what they're trying to do, right, is they're trying to take away lots of your basic rights, right? No matter what side you're on, because I can understand the left a little bit. I don't like these victimless crimes. I'm completely with the left on that. Victimless crimes. I don't like that at all. Endless war. Bring the troops home. And the right side, well, you know what? I want my right to have a gun and my right to have my weed and my right to, all these basic to own property. Oh my God, that's so good. I don't want an Obama phone. I love my iPhone.
You mentioned
the right to speak. They're attacking that more than anything. Your right to say what you feel. So I think
isn't that supposed to be like supposedly a liberal principle? It's the freedom of speech. Like it did.
It's so weird because
like who had that free speech movement, and now they just shut down speech they disagree with.
That's like what they call classic.
So counterintuitive, and it shows that they're so phony because they're like these warriors for the dispossessed, and we're gonna make sure they have a voice and this and that. And like, what's the single greatest tool the dispossessed have had historically in this country? The freedom to speak out.
Yeah.
Why are you messing with that, bro? Why are you messing with that?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh, Trump is this fascist. He's this dictator. It's like, okay, if you got what you wanted and you got these hate speech laws put in and you allowed him this president, what do you think Trump would do the second somebody said something they didn't like about him?
Tweet about it?
No, he would use the official precedent that he has to censor speech in this country. That's why we're fighting against it. We can't allow that.
Right.
As a soldier, I can tell you, since the first Iraq War, we're kind of an emergency state, right? And there's been like 3 or 4 of them, right? I'm talking about Iraqi Shield and Storm, right? Back to Kuwait War is what they called it. This was a long time ago. This was back when Bill Hicks was still making specials about it. back when he was around. So there is a precedent where a precedent, not a president, a precedent.
Sorry.
That he could, if he so desired, look at anything that's going on in the Middle East and say that bombing that day has put us on red alert, and we're gonna have like these things on speech. And he could do it, right? I don't think it would be right. I'd be completely against it. But he does have the mechanisms, right? He doesn't do that. I wasn't a big Trump guy, but I appreciate a good troll, so I'm down now.
Well, you know what?
I'm a centrist, and all centrists and all classic liberals are now pushed and called like
Yes.
like you're a white supremacist or something, and that makes no sense.
But we can't forget that there are quote unquote SJWs or like triggered snowflakes on the right as well. We can't forget about that.
And we should also point out that there are some on the left who genuinely care about helping people.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, some people who are there's a difference. There's the difference between a leftist and an SJW. A leftist will not just, they'll say like, kind of like me in a way. They'll say like, oh, I think you're wrong. I think that your opinions, you're entitled to your incorrect opinions, if you will. But the difference is they don't think you're racist for saying things against somebody. Like if you disagreed with somebody like, you can agree to disagree, and you can, just like, hey, we had a great debate. Cheers, guys. Cling, and then just whatever. We could have a drink and just party afterwards.
Yeah, and back in the day, you could have that conversation and then talk about the last Marvel or Star Wars movie, and now you can't even do that.
Yeah, because it's entwined. It's all mixed up together, and
it used to be backwards. You used to get in a fist fight over Marvel, but you could talk politics. Now it's the other way around.
In fact, it's both become a fist fight.
I remember.
And also, you can talk about Marvel. You can debate about I had an hour-long debate about how there are people who like Raylo. And they like fan fiction. And I was talking to Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. He say like, oh, it's, it's bad and whatever. I'm just like, there are people who just like it, and it's just a fantasy. They're not out to get you.
There is a shipping community.
And harassing, going after them.
There are shipping communities in every franchise, though.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's obvious. We don't care who you fantasize about. That's very private. Right.
Yeah.
But when these people are going out and taking what was it that they took? They took from Kylo's his papers from his car, like things from his car. Like,
the freaks that actually thought that Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley should get together. Yeah, that's kind of like. That's kind of like how when people look at the mean things that people who have fandom #fandom menace in their Twitter bio and they say racist things. And then they associate racism with and sexism and homophobia, bigotry with the everybody in the fandom menace. So
sometimes that's a plant. Sometimes that is a plant. But I believe some of these Raylos are genuinely psycho. I believe they give a bad name to most shippers because I have to guess. Does anyone this psycho is like a 1 out of 10? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's rare. It's rare, and Twitter just provides a platform for the crazy. Yep. It just does.
Yeah. And definitely, if you want to criticize the idea of Raylo, feel free, because I fucking roasted it so much, but don't attack someone personally for liking it,
Yeah, if somebody, because, it honestly, from a plot perspective, it doesn't really make sense. But most people, I'll give an example. Draco Malfoy and Harry Potter.
What?
That's the thing?
Do you want to see this shit? Are you sure you want to see this shit?
The only thing
I'm not kidding, but I will show you this. I will show you this just to prove a point. that shipping happens everywhere. It's not supposed to make sense. It's just for the memes.
Well, this is the way I could see it, right? I've never heard of them going after these people, wishing evil to these people's wives and that kind of stuff, like I have from the radio, so I can't judge them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I'm not down for it. But you know what? Do your thing. You're not hurting anyone, so go for it. I'm not gonna. I wouldn't go deep into that fanfic segment, but I can understand it. Y'all do your thing. The people that are bad are like a 1 out of 10 out of any corner, and they're psychos. They're like really psychos, like bad, and then, their intent is bad. I mean, doing that to those two guys, I'd be happy for them. I'm a Ticopath. You know what a Ticopath is? This is a very straight and narrow path. To walk the path of the Ticopath, you must, you have to understand that.
Yeah, I can't find the meme that I'm looking for, and I'm actually pissed about it. But
the Ticopath, understands that Ryan Johnson dressed Rose ugly. Ryan Johnson gave Rose bad lines, and Ryan Johnson gave Rose a really bad haircut. Okay, that's not Tico's fault,
bro.
That's Ryan's fault.
Proper. Highlight cam girl Jeremy.
Yeah.
That's actually my fault because Jeremy did that on his stream last night, right? So then I super chat. I was like, oh boy, there's gonna be like 60 cam girl Jeremy accounts right now, and then he popped up like 5 minutes later.
There you go.
And he's grabbing his crotch right there. That's actually Jeremy. Yeah, you see the ring on his finger. Oh God. Oh wow. Which panelist are you talking about? Cam girl Jeremy?
Yeah.
Cam girl Jeremy, do you have a Twitter account? If so, just DM me. We need to add you to the Council of Jeremys.
Cam girl says thanks for the super chat. You're welcome, buddy.
Hashtag DILF. Well, not me personally, but I would.
Mara J says, going back to the shipping thing, this stupidity has been happening a long time with fans of actors and actresses. Old movies would not show the entire marriage ceremony because people were stupid and believed they were married in real life. Well,
we need to stop making society responsible for stupid people.
Yeah.
I mean, Clorox actually says don't drink, and I get it. You would, but if it still has a label on it, and oh my God! I mean, these people are so dumb.
Oh my God! I was just trying to add somebody on Twitter. I looked, and that really is a picture of Jeremy grabbing his crotch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real, it happened, bro. And after I super chatted that, he did it again. He was like, "Here, let me help them," and he
and he did that one.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I was watching.
Will, you're right. People can't separate the art from the artist.
It's like it's not the patriarchy's fault that your child ate Tide Pods. Okay, like stop with the conspiracies.
Yeah, it's your stupid fucking kid. That maybe you know what? Survival of the fittest.
No,
if they want to kill themselves eating Tide Pods, go for it. It's one less stupid in the world. Whatever. But if we can prevent it, that's fine. But don't punish people by locking it up. Let them be stupid if they want to be. That's what America's about.
Yeah, you can't bubble wrap the world.
Yeah, seriously. Like instead of going in a room full of knives, we all have to wear bubble wrap instead of just avoiding the knives.
Bro,
or don't go in the room at all.
You could totally rock bubble wrap. I think you'd look good in bubble wrap. Bro.
Yeah, I think you'd look good in it. Like a bubble wrap bikini.
Like I see Copper as like a bubble boy type.
Okay, y'all just now.
now it's just getting weird.
No, but I was gonna say there's also an opportunity here for Can Girl Generate to bring back, manspreading, because I think that can't be canned. So come on, I can't sit. Bring back manspreading. I'm saying, I'm not gonna sit like that all the time.
If that were true, I'm not gonna. No. Society has to move along at the pace of its slower person, and I can't. I can't have society move along the same way as a fetus. Actually, that might work. 9 months, if we could change the shit around, that'd be great.
Oh, man. I know.
Isn't it amazing how many like different weird shit we're talking about?
There was another approach to the abortion thing. If she can have it, I have a right to not pay for it.
Yep, Dave Chappelle.
I like that. I was like, everybody's gonna be mad at that.
All right, everyone. I think it's. Do you have any more comments on everything that we just talked about?
Well, I just say hail, proper Jeremy, hail Jeremy Prime, hail the Council of Jeremys, and I love what you guys do. I thank you. I'm honored that you have me on. I'm usually on console sometimes, if it's a
Wait, you're a Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican Jeremy.
Bro, I'm Kylo Jeremy.
Oh, well, we are brothers in Jeremy. Yeah, bro.
Indeed.
Well, yes. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to say that, yeah, man, out there, these people just need thick skin. As long as you got thick skin, these people can't, nobody can touch you, really, because all they got is words and images. If you can't be bothered by words and images, no one can mess with you.
It's like you can't be, just because you can't control how things make you feel, that doesn't give you the right to control how people behave, It's not realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work on yourself. Figure out how to not let shit get to you. Like how to grow yourself. Like you can't control the world. It's like, don't you want to grow as a person? Don't you want to improve? Like
I agree. These people don't want to grow up. I've noticed that too. Am I right, Proper Darren?
Absolutely. There's a lot of people, especially, Twitter, it's its own cesspool of stupid. But
yes.
But if we're talking about my generation specifically, and I've always felt like I never really belonged with them because they like shitty music, and now they just have shitty thoughts in general, and shitty opinions. But at least most of the people that I grew up with grew the fuck up. They still like shitty music, but.
Yeah, you're the only one who hasn't.
Politically, people
but
they grow up, they're
not SJWs, is what I'm trying to say. They didn't grow up to be closed-minded SJWs. At least most of them. There are a couple of them, and we all hate them. But seriously, if I grew up with somebody who just thought those things, oh my god,
it's almost like they adopt that mentality as like an excuse not to grow up,
or an excuse not to be a real person, or be a shitty person to people who they disagree with.
Well, guys, I use it as catharsis. I can be absolutely, and anybody that enters my Twitter, if you go there, abandon all hope, all ye who enter there. All right, I am absolutely a dick on Twitter. I admit it. I'm not gonna hide from it. I'm not gonna deny it. But I'm a real nice guy here, right? I mean, I try to abide by the rules. I do not get too deep into politics, but I sometimes do it accidentally. So I'm sorry if I do that sometimes. Proper. But
when we talk about cancel culture, totally
fine.
Yeah,
it's appropriate. But
pick and choose, I guess.
For me, it's a catharsis. All right, I gotta admit, I go in there when I'm just to blow off steam, and then I come back. But people you don't like on Twitter is also a place where you can pretty much, manage it in a way where you can look from afar, not be yourself, and just use it for looking, or only use it to promote. Like all I do on there is just tweet the show that's on. I don't talk, I don't reply, I don't anything. Nobody gets. And then you have another account where you're just yourself. There's ways to get in there. I don't think it's absolutely evil. Sometimes just because YouTube notifications suck, we wind up having to go there, so I understand it. But these people, if they take Twitter too seriously, that's bad. Some people just blowing off steam. Not everybody's evil. Those people, if they want to control you, they're evil. That's my point.
Yeah, that's Absolutely. Anyways, we're going to get to a lot of the funny articles. I have a Pop Culture PB just said he's going to be here in 2 minutes.
No, too late.
No, he's allowed to come in for the last segment. He's absolutely allowed to.
This is my show, not your show.
Oh, really?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Listen to your father.
You had that coming.
I walked right into it.
Yes, you did. And you'll walk right into it again.
Oh,
Isn't that great? Isn't that great about StreamYard?
Hey, Proper, just wait till tomorrow when we do the Senate. Just wait.
Again? Dude, you already did that once. You already did that once.
Remember this face, bro. See it in your dreams.
I don't want to. Also, okay. Wait, let me see it again. All right, everyone get your screenshots ready.
Hold on, let it focus.
Oh, you gotta pull it back.
Focus!
There you go.
No.
Bro,
No.
it was just focusing before.
There we go.
There we go. Everyone take your screenshots.
I better see baby Sith accounts.
Yes. Get all the memes there. Looks like you have like a bald spot at the top right for some reason. Like there was like a little there's a little gray there, or a little gray hair up there.
No, that's when it was up on a pin board.
You were pinned to a wall?
Yeah. Oh man, he was 45 and 13. You don't know what's up.
He's 45 years old. Oh my god. Show that again. That's like a 45-year-old man.
Look at him. He's just tired. It's like y'all whippersnappers. Y'all don't know. Look at his face.
And now he looks like DJ Khaled. The most
Another
boring.
You smart. Wait, hold on. Now I'm DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
Another one. You have to put on a few pounds, but you can pull it off.
You'd have to put on like at least 40 pounds. Don't actually.
No, I
do
gotta
it.
take off 40 pounds. Forget that shit, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you to get to. Why am O here? I don't know. Why is O here, Jack? No, I don't know. Who am I? Why am I here? That's a great question, Jack.
My grammar is horrible, so I won't touch you.
But
it's so bad, dude. Oh my god.
Oh, look who
PB is-
decided to show up.
It's not my fault that my wife sent me on a drug run.
That's actually
yeah.
true. It's actually very true. But you're
Happy
just in time.
wife.
You're just in time for our final segment, and I'm very excited about this. This is
Well,
don't know.
don't tilt the camera down then.
oh. No,
Oh, God.
okay, so
I did not sign up for this.
no one did. But
You
you
guys
did
do
anyways.
nipple doxing too?
Anyways, we got to the final segment. These are I don't know what I'm gonna call them. Am I gonna call it like breaking news, honorable mentions, the piles of shit, like the honorable piles? I don't know.
Call it the dingleberries.
All right, fuck it.
Klingon.
It'll be called.
This week's
No.
dingleberries.
No, I hate that idea. But whatever it is, there are articles that we're not really supposed to think too much about, but they're funny, and I thought I would share it with all you guys today and everyone in the chat. So thank you all. First off, homeless. This week, by the way. Homeless are denied social housing for being too poor. Research
makes
shows landlords screen out homeless applicants deemed a financial risk. Well, they're fucking poor. They're homeless.
How? You can't even get to go. You know, if you
can't-
give people a home,
You
then
can't,
maybe
even,
they
you
can get a
can't even
job.
do this for people that you are marketing towards.
Oh, there's no money in it, and that's why people.
What's the point of social housing if you can't help people who can't afford it otherwise?
Because the only people that get social housing are single mothers who keep breeding and creating that tax revenue for themselves.
That's right.
No, by
Gotta
that,
get that extra
by
check
that
from the
logic,
government.
Yeah.
every single Social Security and they wouldn't care like a man, woman, child. A
This is
Social
getting really
Security that you can
serious.
put in a
This is
house.
just supposed to be funny.
Okay. Look, if you want to look at it, if you want the real deal, they're probably all a little bit mentally ill and should have a checkout. I don't think it
Probably.
makes any sense to.
Okay, well, the
declare these
solution
people
is
Mental health
economy.
or addiction problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need help.
Yeah.
you
Yes,
just gotta
and they're
make them
not.
not
They're
homeless.
denying
Give them
them
a
help.
cardboard
It's
box,
stupid.
write a number on it, problem solved, they'll get housing.
Thank you, PB.
Really, PB?
All right.
Really?
Yeah, but they're gonna lose the housing in a while because the addicts are there mentally insane.
Well, you know what? Fuck it.
I'm telling you what's gonna happen.
This
because my
Dutch
mother works-
YouTuber and his
my
friend
mother
were
works in
ahead
housing.
of the game. They were arrested and jailed when they tried getting near Area 51
Oh my
yesterday.
God.
It's not supposed to be until this Friday, tomorrow, but
Oh my God.
where the event page is. But
I mean,
they're
Area
going to storm
51.
Area 51 tomorrow, apparently. Funny enough, the iHeartRadio Music Festival is on Saturday, and I have a ticket to attend. I don't know if I'm able to go, but the option is
Proper.
there.
If you don't storm
Okay.
Area 51,
I'm not going to.
look, man. Don't. I mean, you know, I like you. You're a good guy. I would like you to breathe for a very long time and enjoy it.
Yeah, but and these guys, I don't know if they're YouTubers. They look like Discount Logan, Paul Brothers, or whatever.
douchebag haircut.
And they're wearing the same fucking shirt.
The Chad brothers.
That guy's a Chad. That guy has a weird thing on his neck, so he's the other guy. But
Yo, proper. Share the screen. Add the screen I'm sharing to the group. I want to show you what the Senate just made.
Okay, but all I will say about these guys is it's like getting arrested during the pregame.
Yeah.
These sad motherfuckers.
Yeah, one
Okay.
guy's ears is practically on his neck. They're like really low.
I know.
You
That's
wanna
what
get arrested before the party.
Look at his neck. Look at that guy's neck.
I know.
Go
It's like
on
that's the biggest fucking hickey I've ever seen in my
Yeah,
life.
one guy gave the other guy a hickey.
Bro, it's
No,
like
no,
making out
that
with
guy's
some
got a
bad-
hickey, and the
No.
other guy is wearing Donald Trump's hairpiece.
He is.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Hey, you know what? They're on YouTube, so we're allowed. They're public figures. We can make fun of them.
Oh shoot, they're technically our
right.
colleagues.
Oh shit! Why
Oh,
did you have
shit.
to say it that way?
Oh, I would defend to my death your right to make fun of Trump.
You see that shit?
Yeah,
I fucking love it. He caught my face at the perfect time too.
yeah. I'll put that at the top.
The
45
Senate,
to 13 ain't
Said
Jason.
1 and version 2.
Why does the guy on the right look younger?
I don't know, bro.
You look like you're about to go to a disco with that face and the V line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
No,
like you're
I mean,
about
the
to
DJ
rock.
Khaled thing. That's you gotta take a little bit. I don't know.
No, we're not
Not
done yet.
brothers or cousins.
You're about
I look like I'm saying like, say hello to my little friend.
yeah.
a mixture of that, and it looks like you have like 4 faded fingers. Like I wish it was like you did it fast enough, or they were like doubles. This guy has 8 fingers right here.
You look like you're saying, yeah, pizza.
Well, anyways, back to the discount Paul brothers.
The Chad brothers.
Dude, his ears are really messing me up, man. They're really
Which
low.
ones? This?
Yeah, that guy. Look at him. They're like so low on his head.
Really?
Yeah. Well, maybe he's just looking up. Maybe it's the douchebag haircut. I don't know. But
No, that would cause drag in a wind tunnel. Look at that thing.
He it kind of looks like he's an elf, like with the pointy. Like
Yeah.
he's like we are from. I don't know. We're trying to get the ring back to Mordor, and we happen to get arrested.
They're Keebler elves. They fell out of the tree and they can't find
Leave
them.
Frodo and Samwise alone.
I can't. I'm gonna try to check out the chat.
Anyways, moving on. Star Wars shouldn't bother coming to Disney Plus without Donald Glover. Listen.
Who says?
Donald
goes
Glover.
Lando.
Donald Glover.
Exactly. Donald Glover's agent said.
You never want to
Yeah.
show up to the plus without your dong lover.
every robot in the Disney universe says that yes.
Exactly. Just I don't even have a
He's smiling too. He's like, yeah, look at that poster, man.
Oh yeah, I fuck a robot.
Oh, my printer just scanned. I think it likes it.
I mean, look, it's. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus show is going to be great and perfectly fine without this guy.
How can you not be what?
Yeah, I can't see it. The Senate's in the way.
The Senate's in the way.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
just unhighlight the Senate. Unhighlight the Senate's
comment. Your father.
Listen to your father right now. There you go.
Didn't realize it was still highlighted.
How could you
we
not
all make
mistakes?
We all have whoopsies, you know.
Not just the man.
Well, we all know he's rich enough to buy one of those high-end robots.
I just wish this was better Photoshop. He has like one black ear and one white ear. He's like
I like that it's bad Photoshop.
Not just the men, but the women and the children.
I can actually put a face in their Alexa, like puppet rap, and yeah.
That's so good.
Oh, that's great. Oh, but enough about the sex with men and robots. Let's talk about this lovely Florida couple that had sex in a patrol car.
What the fuck happened to her face?
I don't know. Apparently, this guy was having too much fun in the cop car.
Oh, no, she's got a Chucky face.
Holy shit!
You know what? They love each other. Right? They love each other. They're like Bonnie and Clyde, and they fucked in the back of a cop car. Do you remember Bonnie and Clyde fucking in the back of a cop car? No, they didn't. They're a step above it. And why were they even arrested? They had
go back to the picture of the guy.
Yeah.
Why does he look like Spock's third cousin?
I was gonna say he had Vulcan ears.
Yeah.
He's like
you're talking Spock in the Kelvin universe, right?
Yeah. Look, he's got his lips a little busted up too. So I think something.
He's like Spock's kid
I
that
think
he never
bit on
about.
it too hard at the bottom lip. Don't you think?
I think maybe she bit his lip.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, I thought you said he bit it.
Don't you think she bit the bottom lip too hard? That's.
Well, I mean, he was beating the shit out of her face. So.
To me, it looked like she was running and fell on her
because
face.
she wouldn't hand over the meth.
Well, to be fair, they're handcuffed in the back of the car, and they start fucking in the back. What does he have to do? Like with BDSM stuff? Like he headbutts her a lot. I guess.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
were
know.
cuffed, right? Yeah, a little off balance.
Yeah, just when he was trying to make out, he accidentally put the teeth in her nose. I don't know.
Where were the cops?
I don't know. In the front seat, driving.
Driving, looking in the mirror.
Yeah. Big
Let
mistake.
me. What do you put at the?
Remember Pornhub?
I mean, you know.
But they forgot to reverse the dash cam.
You know that video's got to be out there somewhere too, right?
Yeah.
Spock does meth head in cop car. Look for it. It's got to be out there. Spock does meth head in cop car.
By the way, yo ho, it's Talk Like a Pirate Day. How kinky. How kinky. But anyway, speaking of kinks, again.
This news has been rated R.
This has nothing to do with kinks at all with dead stormtroopers.
Well, you never know, man.
Necrophilia.
But Star Wars The Mandalorian already is beginning work on season 2, which is great because it does say that, The Mandalorian is very well received in some ways. Like, people are very excited about it. But just because it gets a season 2 doesn't mean season 1's going to be good.
No.
Because remember what happened last time when we heard that somebody who made something great was going to get something else? We got this.
Round fucking head. I'm sorry.
Just a little food for thought.
No, another
And
thing
now
that we should look at.
me looking at Stephen Walton being like, really? You thought this was going to go the way you thought?
I know.
There's these
Alright.
Russian accounts, and they all tweet at the same time.
Okay, all right. Enough making fun of the
You want to look at my
Brownhead.
head?
All right. It's
The Mandalorian is based on a Chuck Wendig book.
fuck you. I don't want to hear another word of that.
Well, you know, change the fact.
But seriously though, food for thought though. Mandalorian, like Ryan Johnson, November 9th. He's writing and directing a new Star Wars trilogy. Like we were
Silver
all
lining.
excited
Oh, you're
about it.
not five head.
Silver lining.
I
At
love
least,
Favreau.
at least they're confident enough in what they're going to put out that they're already starting season 2.
Are we sure? Or are they just doubling down?
Well, then
You know what? Wait until you watch I almost said Stephen 1. Season 1, Stephen.
Yeah. Look,
And then
sometimes
you can make your judgments on the rest of the show. Otherwise,
That's true.
otherwise,
I love the CW.
otherwise-
Put in
just
about
keep an open
everything
mind.
all the time.
yeah.
no, because they pulled back the solo films.
That's true.
Okay, look, this is what I'm saying. Okay, if you go to school and a little girl kicks you in the nuts, right? And then you go to school the next day and the same little girl kicks you in the nuts. And then you go to school the third day and the little girl kicks you in the nuts.
Yeah.
When you go to school that fourth day, if you don't expect to get kicked in the nuts, then there's a problem.
Why do I feel
We
like
have
you have
been-
personal experience with this?
I like that. The problem is,
Okay, you're a
kicking us in the
masochist.
nuts.
All right,
Disney's been
all right.
kicking us in the nuts
Breaking
for years.
news, everyone. Stephen Walton likes getting kicked in the nuts in bed. That's
Gender
what-
check.
Oh my god. Allegedly.
But I'm saying is like we've already been treated poorly and given poor content for so long. I hope the Mandalorian's good, but I'm not expecting it.
You're right. It's
No,
a time for healthy skepticism. Absolutely.
Yes.
Not only that, you don't have to pay for it. I mean, if it comes out as a reviewer and you do pay for it, that's
Papa,
fine because you're a reviewer.
you
And I'm not
say
going to judge how you
That
do
they
on the table.
solo.
What? That they said that they were going to pull back on Solo?
On the solo films. On the solo
Yes,
films. The
but
But you're
anthology
talking
films.
about
Film.
before
Yes,
them
but
out.
there is a
They were
rumor.
incredibly confident.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I'm
they
not
wanna
talking
replace-
about solo, a Star Wars story. I'm talking about the anthology films, the solo
Yeah.
movies.
There's going to be a few of them, right?
Yeah, they pulled the
Right,
plug
they
on
were
them.
There actually
incredibly
is a rumor,
confident
though.
in them before they released it.
You know, they're actually
Right,
Talking
but
about
we're in a
before they
time
released
where
it, not after.
we're in a
there
time.
was a rumor.
Hold them back.
Speaking of Solo, a Star Wars story that there
Oh,
is
you're
going to
right.
be a Disney Plus series based around that, like a spinoff of the movie.
Off Solo?
Yeah, like, and
Okay.
you remember back in May, like hashtag make Solo 2 happen.
Oh
Yeah, but sometimes it's the fan and
Yeah.
garbage tier making, spinning straw and to go. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to you got to discern a little and not take every news because these people got to make up something to get a click.
But
Yeah.
But if there was a rumor that there was supposed to be like a movie afterwards, and then it didn't work out, and they referred it to be Disney Plus, I
I could
wouldn't
see them
mind
having
it.
that on the table. I could see them having that on the table.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind it because at least there was a direction that they could go with it. They set some things up.
I don't
I'm
want
fine
a
with
solo
it.
story. I never wanted a Han Solo story.
I didn't either.
Well, you know
I'm
what?
more
I would have liked to
interested
see
in
where the
everybody
Crimson
but
Dawn went.
him. That's what's sad about it.
I would have loved to see where the Crimson Dawn went. I'd like to see more Darth Maul. I mean, that's the only thing that I would like to see that
Goes
came.
back to writing. I mean, all these things had potential, and if they would have been well scripted and well plotted, we would have loved it. I mean, Solo could have been magnificent. You could have done something about his legacy in the EU. Solo was somebody.
You want to make
made him Solo.
You want to make Solo good? You want to make that good? Okay, respect the characters in the previous movies. Respect the original legacy characters, and then give us a movie about a prequel about one of those legacy characters, and maybe we'd like it. But you've already shown that you do not respect the traditional fandom and the characters that built that universe.
And
Well,
that's why like a series like the Kenobi series is something that's concerning to you.
Yeah, absolutely, it's concerning.
Does it matter
that
that
it's
it's
an archetype and build a new one, right? It's not just about destroying Luke, right, or destroying, it's about destroying everything, all of it. And these people are archetypes, right? There's certain things about Luke. There's certain things about Solo. I mean, Solo is basically a gun-toting free market. You know what I'm saying? Smuggler. These guys, these people. There's certain archetypes. There's certain things that they're fighting. It's not convenient, right, for people that are trying to be controlling, right? Because classic liberalism is very respectful of the dialogue. That's why I have firm respect for liberals. But they want to destroy it. They want to destroy the archetype, and that means destroying the character.
Well, here's another reason why I wouldn't want a Solo series.
all right? And this is going to be the last thing because we have to move on.
Okay, promise. Because like if there was a way to make it interesting for me, at least, it would be a space western where we follow Han Solo, the smuggler / gunslinger. But I feel like that's what the Mandalorian is doing. So like, yeah, I don't see a reason for them to do a Solo series.
That's
at least
fair
in any
enough.
way that would be like interesting to me.
Not unless they're trying to cast new characters in order to recreate the original trilogy.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I think they are. I think
not this again. There are one. They got one. They got Sebastian Stan. If they want him, they can have him. And then
See the new look.
I don't know. No, he's not. But
I saw someone.
fan comparisons that we can get into another time. In other news, Disney news, a Disney World balloon handler almost got blown away by fierce winds, and we can check out the footage down here below.
Great soul.
You see this?
Excellent.
Like, it was very windy in Florida.
You better save that product. You better save that product.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my,
buddy.
he almost like blew on his back. I mean, like, seriously, this guy is trying so hard.
That's so
But
much
you know what-
pressure.
You know what would have been great? If he was dressed up like this guy. That would have been funny.
Why doesn't he have a balloon cart?
I don't know. That's a great question. Maybe because they hate people of color.
A balloon cart.
A balloon
Maybe
cart,
maybe
bro.
they
If
just
there
made
was a
him
balloon
suffer.
cart, we would never
Seriously.
get this video.
This guy deserves a raise. I mean, Jesus.
Bro, why? Who's
fired.
the idiots in the back just
He was
watching him?
he was trying to get a raise in the video. It wasn't windy enough.
It didn't work out. Now they can't afford to give anyone a raise right now.
But you know what?
He may deserve it, but I don't know if it's gonna happen.
But in the meantime, maybe he should take advice from one of the Disney princesses.
Yeah,
No.
No. Not if he let them go. That'd have been his ass. He'd have been paying for those balloons. We're talking about Disney now.
Yeah,
But speaking of letting things go, let's let go this idea that we want a Princess Bride remake.
Hell no.
Some
Can we
things
get
don't
a-
need to be remade.
Can we get a hell no in the chat?
Hell no.
Hell
Hell
no.
Hell no.
That movie's perfect the way it was. Leave it alone.
There was
Well,
somebody who actually said
Robin
something that
Wright.
was interesting down here, but it would take me forever. Inconceivable.
You know who would make this her pet project, right? Amy
Who?
Pascal.
Oh
Oh
God.
God.
Dude, that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
I don't think Tom Rothman would care.
Everyone is
But Amy
clapping.
Pascal would.
Oh God. Greta, why don't you give me a nice paper cut and pour lemon
Yes,
on it?
yeah.
Prepared to die.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
Get used to disappointment. Lots
Hey, that's the dude who banged the chick in the cop car.
Oh, it is.
no.
Yeah.
Why don't they make bad movies
Yeah,
and make
there
them
he is.
good, lazy, logical? Boo.
Boo.
That's right. That's right.
Famous people whose names want to read it. Norman, written by William Roland, and directed by Norman Lears. What the fuck? Jesus, fix this headline. I'm following you right now. I'm liking this tweet. Oh God, that is amazing. No, but somebody said that it's kind of like Back to the Future, where it's such a perfect movie that it should be untouchable.
It should.
And I kind of agree, because I didn't grow up with this. I watched this earlier this year. I liked it. But if they tried to remake it, I'd be like, no, the first one is cheesy and weird and it's fun and campy as it is.
How do media rights work? How do media rights work within a genre? I mean, if you have a film and you don't do a movie within a certain time, do you lose the rights? Does it go into public domain? I believe some of these are that's the case. They're like, look, we have to remake it or we're going to lose the rights.
Pretty much. Yeah, you have to make a movie in a certain amount of time, I guess. But that doesn't stop people from owning rights, I guess. So, I don't know.
It would make it eternal, basically, as long as you make a remake. You get to own the rights forever, basically.
So then,
maybe, but you know what? Very famous people whose names I won't use, yes, because they're embarrassed that they want to remake it, and they don't want.
Hey, Proper. I see that Black Angus Reviews is retweeting about Supreme Court genitals.
What?
Yeah, that's what it says right there.
I think
that's Area 51.
I think that's his Twitter name, bro.
Supreme Court.
If they want to remake the movie so that they can keep the rights to it,
my God,
why don't they just remake it the same way that they remade all of the Star Wars movies? Just add a little bit of graphics here and there, spruce it up, make it a little shinier, boom, release it.
Well, you could make it a completely different time period and make it completely unrelated so it doesn't touch the classic and nobody's mad.
Far, far away. I think that's a different enough time period as it is. Anyways, we'll move on to to whatever the fuck this is. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, Trudeau.
Oh, hell no.
What's up, brother?
Oh, hell no.
I didn't know he was into Dragon Ball.
Jeez, I didn't even believe it until I saw it. That's a white dude.
Yeah, that's Swami Uncle Tom right there.
You know what? I don't even have a joke for this. I'm just gonna relish in the fact
Justin Trudeau is the joke.
This guy makes, and you know what? It's not a secret that my actual name is Justin, and he put all of us Justins to shame, including Bieber. Do you know how much it takes?
That guy's looking for a magic carpet.
Shit. God,
that's not good.
Damn it! It's bad enough you're Canadian,
but he has a diverse group of women around him.
Well, that's actually
it's hard to tell. It's black and white.
This is
I can't even look at this anymore. Fuck him. Fuck.
Listen.
I would say
understand that Trudeau is saving the black people.
I would say
he's appropriating two races.
I would say, Justin, fuck you and everyone that
wait.
That would make me racist. What the fuck?
Don't forget the fact that he said that this is terrible for his character and it could ruin his life. That people are bringing this to light.
Huh.
Well,
interesting.
I mean, he is a hypocrite. I mean, what could you expect from these people?
They're all hypocrites. That's what it means to be progressive.
Yeah, he placated to that crowd that does this, and it's burning him now.
Oh my God. You know what?
Yep.
I don't even want to deal with it anymore.
But look,
let's get into something kind of saucy, if you will.
Marinara? What are we talking?
I love me some marinara sauce, that's for sure.
Let's just watch. It doesn't require any sound.
Okay.
Oh, I know what this is.
Did you see that?
Wait a minute.
Get it.
Wait a minute.
Don't repeat itself. All right. So one guy walked out. First one in. Last one out the club.
Oh, that's the Mile High Club right there.
Hey, get it.
That woman doesn't even hesitate. She's like, all right, cool.
Oh, that means
don't slip.
Well, yeah.
Fantastic. Shocked when they spot man and a woman is doing
saucy, dude.
They don't know.
They don't know what transpired. Maybe they were just doing a 2-for-1.
There is semen in that bathroom.
Guys, they're just doing Pilates.
No,
speaking of women who are into some kinky shit, this math student wants to marry her Tetris game. I'm not kidding. Look at this intimate photo of her in Tetris. She's totally in love. It's also an NES cartridge, which is
when I plug it in, it's hours of fun.
I really like making it fit.
Easy to use, seductively lit.
When we're feeling soft,
fetish for geometry. Who the fuck has a you know what? All right,
Bruh.
it's harmless.
Well, her and her Tetris game could go get food stamps for both of them, right?
You know what?
If you're married, it's independent. You have to legal paperwork. I mean, I think it's a great scheme and a scam. I'm gonna self-identify as 3 months old and go get some wick.
Yeah, like what if the Tetris game comes home and she gives birth to an Atari cartridge? Like, how do you answer that?
Yo, you know what's sad when an old vintage video game is getting more girls than me.
Oh,
yeah. Wow. Wow.
I love sketch. You were like, oh.
Wow.
But you know what?
See
but in other women news,
do I rent?
One of these lovely women swallowed.
Something to say that video game has game.
Yeah.
And this one ate an engagement ring and woke up. Oh, she was dreaming about eating her engagement ring and woke up to find that she really did.
Wow.
I popped that sucker off, put it in my mouth, and swallowed it with a glass of water.
That's hot.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, hell yeah. Like, this came out of my ass. That's the face that she's making. And
It came out brand new.
Honey, that's not what you put in your mouth. All right.
It's not a ring pop.
I mean, it's one thing to put a foot in your mouth, but this is something else.
But seriously though, all right, but that kind of shit is legit. I had a buddy of mine who had a sleeping disorder, and he would walk downstairs to his kitchen, and while he was going down, he would knock off every picture of his mother-in-law off the wall, and he would make coffee. And he would just like sit down and wake up fully dressed with it ready with coffee ready. Like that kind of shit does happen. Just saying. Like it's crazy people that sleepwalk.
Fair enough, but it doesn't mean we can't say that ring was not in her ass.
It was. Well,
I'd go get it. I mean, she don't look that bad.
yeah. Well, I just
can't imagine searching in the toilet for it. Just like, is that it? What if you did a courtesy flush on accident?
Would it scratch your ass as it was coming out? Like it's dark, right?
Wait, wasn't there a picture of her in the hospital? She probably just got it removed.
They probably made her.
There is a picture.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's traveling to her ass. Yeah,
it's on the way. FedEx.
Yeah.
Did it go back up or?
All right, Commander decided against letting the ring pass naturally through the system, and instead referred her to a gastroenterologist.
Yeah, they removed it surgically, I think.
I'd be like, girl, you ain't getting no more rings. I'm buying you a bracelet.
Yeah,
I'm buying you edible rings, ring pops.
You know what? That would actually be. Okay, ladies, if you're in the chat, would that be nice to be proposed with a ring pop?
No.
But then get an actual.
No, well, how about this, ladies? What if the guy was like, "I'm a sucker for you"?
No.
I'd be like, sweetie, you lose things too much. Let's do this like a real commitment and tattoo it on your finger.
Ooh. They'd run so fast.
That's a yeah.
My concern is
they're already married. So.
My concern is she's 29 already got crow's feet.
How did you see? Oh, true.
So speaking of women, some of them, she look. Despite that coming out of her ass. Like, I don't care what you have to say. I don't care about the facts. It came out of her ass in my mind. No, I'm kidding. No, but
wow, that's just canon.
But she does have a very nice smile about it. Unlike some of these.
No, she's cute.
Unlike some of these women who flock to plastic surgeons to fix their resting bitch face. And you know what? To me, she just this woman put her dominatrix career out the window.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, come on. Like,
yeah, that's a woman that puts pins in people's balls for money. Yeah, that's
I would not pay her to do that, but
I'm
just saying, you know, like, I'm fine with either one, in all honesty.
I don't think there's anything wrong. I don't think there was anything wrong with it.
No, but people are, you know, saying like, oh my gosh, you know, I've had this, you know, resting bitch face for a while, you know, saying like, this is actually a common request from patients, says this Dr. Schaefer. They may not always use the words resting bitch face, but if I mention RBF, they say exactly.
RBF.
So go down to the price. So
this doctor is obviously, you know, he's in the female lingo, or he's gay, probably both. But
it only lasts 2 years. It says it right there.
Yeah, I know. Only lasts 2 years. $500 to $5,000.
Jesus.
I would smile on that face. Just like turn that frown upside down. You could just. It's not that. I mean, it's not that hard.
I'd hit it.
Wow.
I hit either one too, but you know, in all honesty, yeah, I don't think you should ever have to fix your resting bitch face, because there's always a man who's willing to love it no matter how it is.
Yeah, you know, like amazing protein treatment. She's gonna feel great.
And some of them are betas, so you can beat the shit out of them.
Maybe she just needs to find
the dominatrix thing. I don't know.
Maybe she just needs a nice ring. You know.
Maybe, but you know what?
Nice ring pop.
She seems happy afterwards. So how can we judge?
I think it's placebo a little bit too. Sometimes these people, they do these little things, and then they feel great, you know, about themselves or whatever. And that doctor just made $5,000, and I don't know if he did all that much. I mean, if you take the makeup away, what did he do?
It's a good point.
It literally looked like they just hired an actress to make different facial expressions.
That's probably what
it might be a sale. It might be a sale too. You're right.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, put on different clothes. They're gonna put more makeup on you. Make the eyes a little different.
And if you could effing smile, woman, that'd be great.
It's like when they do the thin guy, fat guy, and it just looked like in one of the two he was holding his breath.
Also, you know that there's a crease.
There's
a crease that's in the cheek. That's when you know the crease in the cheek is when you know it's plastic surgery. So it's just.
Or she just has high cheekbones. She has the crease in her cheek before.
No, but it's not as well defined.
Well, look, her face is turned more in the second one.
I'm digging the insensitive eyebrows, though.
The eyebrows?
Yeah, they're very inquisitive.
In the skin definition.
Okay,
I think they put a Gaussian blur on the one on the right. I don't know Photoshop to recognize a Gaussian blur.
Yeah, I mean, like, it looks like she has different colored hair.
Honestly, I think the bitch face eyes look better to me.
No, I like the one on the right because they look bigger.
Yeah, but she's also dimming them more, and then she's opening them up more there. So
yeah, bro, she's just making different faces, bro.
I like the one on the left, but she looks like she's hot.
The one on the left, she's like, I'm gonna control you.
She's like, I'm so done with you. I'm gonna just drop your pants.
She's like the teacher that just gives up on her students.
I don't know.
Like
brings out the ruler.
One is like, that penis isn't big enough, and the other one is, yeah, I'm ready for it. Like
before you hit it and after.
Yeah.
You know what? That's probably the best way to turn that frown upside down.
Yeah.
But anyways, speaking of stupid women, the new Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. I'm sorry, no disrespect to this woman. She's just like a lovely lady.
Yeah,
and so is Daisy. But
I love Daisy Ridley.
Skywalker image has Rey looking like a total badass. Yes, that image from The Last Jedi. We've all seen that.
That's episode 8.
Oh, it's so bad.
Looks like she has to go to the bathroom.
Something inside me has always been there, but now
I like the way Colleen put it.
Yeah, it's
He
so
looks like he's
constipated.
watching two clowns fuck. Do it.
but
Can I say that word? I forgot the language rules.
Guys, this article just exists to get us all in a bunch, right? Like,
oh, I know.
it's a nothing article.
You know what? What it does do? It also the Rise of Skywalker having Rey look like a badass is kind of like Rey defeating the villain,
And look
which
at his name.
already happened.
Yeah,
And
he did that.
and I'm very excited to look forward to. I'm very much
We're
looking
doing it for
forward
a
to
third
Rey
time.
defeating the villain of Episode 9, like she did in Episode 7.
Look, Corey Chichisola. Did you see the
Herself.
guy's name?
No.
Does it look like she has like a little bit of a cheek on the right? It looks like they did some Photoshop and like blend in the Emperor's face.
It's lighting.
It's
Yeah,
lighting. It is lighting. I see it now.
You guys totally missed the joke. Like, yeah, she's also going to defeat the villain.
Herself, yeah.
No. All right, fuck you. Anyway, speaking of women, this Texas taco editor believes that burritos should be
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
considered tacos.
What? Hell no.
What? In
No.
what world?
What is a taco editor? Wait a minute.
That is culinary appropriation.
By journalism? Why are we
Forget
having
about
grammar in the taco?
puns. Let's focus on how the outrage of this,
I'm
A
hungry now.
burrito is a penis. A
as
taco
we've
is a vagina.
as we've reported before, Jose, this guy Jose R. Jose, the jalapeno taco expert.
Taco editor.
Taco Libre. He's the co-founder of Taco Libre.
I guess
It's just
Nacho Libre was
better
great.
and better. He thinks burritos should be considered tacos.
No.
Because according to Jose, the jalapeno taco expert, it's not a new opinion. It's just not just something that's discussed. Yes, because it's stupid. That's why he claims that 2 books, Lost Tacos de Mexico, which is the stupidest fucking title for...
Hey, can I be racist for a minute? Sketch, what do you think
Tacos.
about this?
You did it. I'm not Mexican. Wow, that was fast.
Hey, why don't you ask me about curry next?
I have no comment on any of this. I love what we've got to do because of these dummy insides right here.
Bro, I'm hungry now, bro.
It brings tacos brings people together.
Yo, minus the corn, though. Who puts corn in a burrito?
Jose does.
Jose does. Jose, founder of Taco Libre, the most racist name for a taco website.
No, he's appropriating Nacho Libre, the Mexican wrestling movie by
A white guy.
Jack Black. Yes. But,
Jack
okay.
A white guy.
We're all going to hell now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're all going to hell, but
He's-
who isn't?
He can
I
do
can
it.
tell
He
you
gets
something.
revenge for the
But
Nacho
if there's anyone who's not going to
Why
go,
are we all going to California?
Oh no.
Don't you mean Canada?
Yeah, let's go.
depends
Well,
who you
horse
ask.
of peace.
If you go to Canada, you might run into brownface. So
If you do also pass by the Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce in Canada, we have the Chamber of Commerce there. Please pass by. And yeah, Jungle Fever Island everywhere.
And of course, we have this guy who's just a saint. He's a fan held a sign that said Bush Light Supply. Bush Light, that's what my father drinks, and it's shit. Needs replenished. Venmo, and he proceeds to give his Venmo. And this motherfucker, guess how much money he got for having this on national television on accident.
This is actually brilliant.
On accident?
$238.
Guess how much Venmo money that he got?
How much?
How much?
Guess. I want your guesses first.
10,000.
My guess. No, that's too much.
$238.
Okay, that sounds like an inside track. I mean, it's very specific.
How much
gonna
of a taco at Nacho Libre or whatever?
I'll go for five.
Either way, Sith is the winner. He's the closest because he has earned, let's see, $20,000.
What?
Why have I never done this?
Oh,
I'm
no
making
way.
signs, dog.
Whoa!
And you know
And just
He said after I got 600, I thought there are better things I can do with this. This is a man with a conscience, and that's why.
I mean,
All the
I'm
money
from
that
Wisconsin. There's not many things that you can do better than buy beer.
You
Well,
know,
you know what?
respect
I
the
decided that instead of buying $20,000 worth of beer, he's going to donate it all to a children's hospital.
Beautiful.
Well, see, now that is bullshit because the
Yeah,
sign said that if I donated, he would buy beer. So he needs
False
to buy some
advertising,
fucking
bro.
beer.
He's a
False
liar.
advertising.
He'll buy beer for children at the hospital. What?
It was a
Okay,
scam.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that. That's good.
If you
Beer for
pass
children.
If you pass by the Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce, we do have beer for children. It's called Malta. If you look it up, you see I'm not lying. It's malt drink for children. So, you know, if anybody can get the number to that children's hospital, we do have children's beer.
But before we get to our last story, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor that we've been talking about for some time. We mentioned them last week. They're great people. I said that I love them,
Yep.
and they said they gave me an email that said right back at you, and that is of course the edible anus,
Yes.
which is available for purchase.
And with every
Bustin'
order,
Taboos since 2002.
with every order of edible anus, you get a free complimentary Uranus soap. Treat Uranus right with Uranus.
Yes, and look at this cast of an ass that is now chocolate. Talk about tossing a salad. Toss that salad right out of there and get a chocolate edible anus.
It's like the missing half of your Hershey Kiss.
Viewer discretion is advised.
I want to go home now.
Well,
Shouldn't it say viewer consumption is advised?
Oh yes, absolutely. That's probably a better way of putting it. I will keep that for the rest of.
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Advertisement. Look at the detail. Like this. This is art. This is art. All right, enough of that shit.
You know, it's like a fingerprint. They probably, you know, match that striation individually just to give it that originality. And
No, you know what they do, Sketch? They literally take a mold of your anus.
I can't stop looking at it.
These scans, maybe.
Look at it.
No, like they literally make a wax mold of your anus. Well, first they wash it with Uranus soap, and then they make a mold.
We're done with the sponsor for the day, and we'll get to the last topic, and then we'll close it out. This couple who revealed that they were hiding the gender of their 17-month-old baby to protect the child from unconscious bias and didn't even tell the child's grandparents for nearly a year.
Wait, but it has a gender, right?
It does have a gender,
Of course
however.
it does.
Of course it does.
But I'm going to get into something serious here. I mean, look, these 30-some-year-old assholes just now had a 17-year... It's like just now had a baby. You know, it's okay to have kids later in life. But I mean...
Thank you,
I
Proper.
don't think it's going to matter for a couple of years.
Listen,
That's like 38 is like 70.
38 and 35, okay. But, like, listen, if your parents are retarded...
Yeah. Yeah. IQ card.
You went there.
I mean, look at this guy. Do you see the man bun back there? You see
my
the man
God.
bun.
That's not a man bun.
Yeah, okay. All right, it's not a man bun. It's a ponytail, but whatever. Okay.
Soy-based fucktards is what that is.
But you know what?
Might be a rat tail. You don't know.
Probably. You know, my
And
how
that's their
serious and
17-month-old
progressive they
son.
are.
Or
We just want them. They use they them pronouns for their baby.
What is wrong with people?
They say they will raise their baby as gender neutral. So the baby, once they get older, will determine what their sex is. Because they don't know which bathroom the baby wants to use.
People out of society.
So which bathroom has it been using?
I don't know.
A
I don't
diaper.
know. It's been shitting itself
Exactly.
its entire life.
They're just gonna keep it in a fucking diaper until it decides. They'll be like, I don't go to the bathroom, guys. I just carry my bathroom with me because I'm gender fucking neutral.
Well,
Don't mind the beard.
now let me put a spin on this. Let me put a spin on this. What if they're like, well, I don't believe any of this, neither do you.
Why are they
But
Forrest
if we
Gump?
say this, they might give us some funds, and the baby ain't gonna know. So we're gonna say this stuff, right? And these dumb SJWs, they're gonna put something into a GoFundMe for this, and they're gonna tell us that we're stunning and brave, and we just
Man
take that
bun.
money.
Man bun.
The reason
that's a
they
bun.
sound
That's a
like
bun.
Forrest Gump is because Proper said that they're retarded.
Oh,
Yes. I'm sorry about that.
yo, don't insult Forrest Gump like that.
Now, I am also trying to say that Southern people are good hustlers. I'm not calling them, you know, you got to take that into account now.
It's true.
I'm respecting the hustle. Fair enough, right? I used to live in the South. I used to live down in Georgia. I went to...
Alpha Martutio says is the baby plural.
Oh my god.
Cries like there's three of them.
Yo, imagine being a little kid and your parents call you it.
Right.
Take it to school.
Like, what is the
Be like,
damage that these people
I don't have enough hair to be called it.
Yeah, it has no hair. As far as I know, it's a clown.
Well,
Except, yeah.
No, I'm talking about cousin it.
oh.
Now, you have balls, but we're going to teach you about getting your period. Like, what? Huh?
But you know what? I think the lesson to be learned is that, I respect the idea that, and I'm just going to...
That people are retarded? I agree.
Yeah.
No. I respect the fact that anybody is willing to raise their child as much as they want and the way that they want to. But not acknowledging the fact that a boy is a boy and a girl is a girl is kind of an issue, especially when the child is just born.
Yeah.
It's only the one step above it is probably, I don't know, the idea that this couple would decide if it's a boy or a girl, which is just, I've seen parents do, prepubescent boys get their penises cut off. It's not a pleasant sight. It's not pleasant at all. So if anything, I give these parents at least the slight bit of credit to letting the kid decide, because you know what? These parents aren't really default, and they're not actually retarded. It was just a joke. So anybody who's going to clip that and not clip this part, fuck you.
No,
Fuck you.
The thing there is right.
Fuck you, and you know what? I'm not done yet, Sketch. I'll give you a second when I'm done with this, but
you can't decide that until you're 18.
You know what? That's exactly where I was going to go. When you're an adult and you feel like you do not belong in the body that you were born in, by all means, do whatever you want to it. Do whatever you want, whatever makes you feel happy, as long as you don't make other people suffer around you. I go with a delusion that, maybe that, I give the example of Ben Shapiro's grandfather thought that, he had dementia or something, and he thought that, not dementia, but he thought the radio was talking to him. The radio was not talking to you. You're not, and having this idea that the only solution is to go through the transition and just accept it is fucked up, because some people that works, but for other people, it doesn't. And it doesn't help people. Instead, it just harms people who are well-intentioned or just confused about their lives, and they're thrown into a category where they can't really speak on it and they can't really do anything about it. And frankly, it's just a shame because at the end of the day, this is something that I won't call it a psychiatric disorder, but I will call it something that needs to be addressed to a professional that can help them in any way that they can, whether it is fully transitioning to a female or male or doing whatever it takes. But it's not the solution for everybody. And to pretend like it is a huge mistake. And that's where I'll leave it on that, because frankly, I'm sick of this shit, and I'm sick of parents determining gender for their kids. And if there's a lighter side to this, it's that these parents don't want to do that. And for that, I'm okay with what they choose to do, except for not telling the grandparents that their child is neither male or female. That's fucked up.
That's a little weird, yeah. That's no, but I'm like 100% down with all. Like, yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. You're on point, 100%. You know?
Yeah,
I couldn't have said it better myself. I don't think there's a way.
I say let children develop naturally when they get to the point where they can make those decisions for themselves, and let them do it themselves. But until then, stop trying to create a narrative for a growing human being that hasn't even figured out how to wipe its own ass yet.
I mean, we do everything else at 18. Just make that the number.
Yeah,
make that the number, especially, if I can lay down
we
my
don't
life.
do everything at 18. We don't drink at 18.
Yes, and that's a mistake, because I don't want to have to, imagine a kid. Imagine if the draft was still around. Imagine if the draft was still around and I could be like drafted at 18, but I can't even have a fucking beer after the government forces me to go into a war that I didn't ask for, and I get my legs fucking blown off. Oh yeah, I want to fucking drink afterwards.
right.
So fuck this whole idea of not being able to make your own goddamn decisions. And you know what? That's where I'll end it. Thank you all so much. I appreciate each and every single one of my panelists for showing up. Any closing thoughts? Any thing you want to plug?
I want to get an edible anus.
That's disgusting.
I also like that Uranus soap. That was funny. I'm honored to be back on the show. I'm sorry if sometimes I speak out of turn. I completely agree with you. It's been a lot of fun. Nice to meet all of you. I'm looking forward to that book. And and shout out to everyone in the chat. Thanks for being here and being patient and
Absolutely. And I'm sorry I didn't address everybody in the chat. It was great.
So this week on Monday at 8 on my channel, I'm going to be having I'm doing a series called The Author Interviews. I'm going to have Proper Jeremy on. So if you guys want to hear me interview Jeremy, Proper Jeremy, then come on, stop on by. Also, I'm constantly showing for Ichibaka. He's got an Indiegogo campaign going right now for his book, Disney Star Wars is Dumb. Please check him out. Ichi's been instrumental in the Fandom Menace and in cataloging everything that's been going on in entertainment. So please, if you follow him on Twitter and check out his Indiegogo.
You probably get a chapter, right?
No, I don't. Our books are pretty separate, but we're working together. But
there's people that I don't know what I don't understand. I don't know exactly how, if you're going with the Lucas side, the fan side, the Fandom Menace book, But he's definitely a noteworthy author and researcher.
Absolutely.
All right, and PB.
Well, the only thing that I wanted to say was there's a huge difference between deciding something and observational facts.
Speaking of observations, if you cut an edible anus in half, it just looks like chocolate oranges.
Oh, yeah.
And on that note, we're done. Goodbye.
Bye.
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 Bye.